They swapped the fields for the seafront of Llandudno to try to drive their point home.
Which is more important, the promises of the Prime Minister or the actions of a person who does not even live in this region? This issue is now a concern for everyone in Wales, where hundreds of farmers are fighting for their survival.
Yeah, well, it's Starmer. Starmer fled like a rat as angry farmers besieged Welsh Labour conference. Not just a rat, but a flipping rat. He said he was running out the door like a flipping rat. Exactly. And people are calling it disrespectful. Now, a Labour source has said it's just his car was out the back there, whereas his car was parked. So of course
out the back.
Yeah. Of course he didn't flee the throng of angry farmers with literal pitchforks.
He's not a wimp. He's not. He's
This is not just another protest, it is a powerful, emotional cry of the soul that attracts the attention of Elon Musk himself. When farmers, desperately crying out for help, receive support from one of the richest people in the world, it calls into question true leadership and its values. Musk could have stayed away, because he is not British, not a farmer, and lives in a world where money decides everything. He has everything not to worry about taxes or land disputes. But here he is, right in front of Keir Starmer, and with determination he says, "Leave the farmers alone." Think about it for a moment. He also stressed that he has deep respect for those who work on the land to feed us all. Why is this so important to Musk? Perhaps he sees things that others don't notice. He understands what it's like to create something from scratch, putting his whole soul into his dream. That is why he stands up for farmers, because their struggle is not just a matter of land, it is a matter of life and survival. The fact that a person who is far from everyday worries, like Musk, realizes this before our own leader causes a storm of emotions and discussions among people. Farmers from all over the world have gathered in this small Welsh town, and they are not going to back down. These protests are not just about inheritance taxes, they are the epitome of betrayal of trust. Families who have cultivated their lands for centuries are now threatened with the loss of everything they have built and preserved. Imagine you have worked all your life on the land that your grandparents cultivated, and suddenly you are in danger of losing it all because of a policy in which you had no voice. That is why these farmers are here, in the heart of the struggle, and they are not going to peacefully go home. Their passion and determination are burning brighter than ever, and they are ready to fight for their future.
Just want fair play for the farmers. Everything we're doing, it is for our kids. It's their future, and everything is just going against it. This inheritance tax it's ridiculous. It's the final straw.
It's not every day that Elon Musk finds himself in the middle of such events. He is not just a tech tycoon and billionaire, he is a man who dreams of colonizing Mars. So why does he care about farmers in Wales? This issue is now of concern to many. The fact is that the Musk does not need to worry about this at all. He does not suffer from inheritance taxes and, of course, does not lose money. But perhaps that's what makes his actions so significant. He comes to these events because he can afford it, because he understands how important it is to support those who cannot fight alone. This is his strength, and it is in this way that he questions how far Starmer is from the real needs of the people he is supposed to represent.
I'm just so emotional. Why do we as farmers have to do this? We shouldn't,
This government needs to realise it's never been hungry since World War II. They're going to be hungry, because if they keep putting tax on the farmers, it's going to have a massive impact.
For farmers, it's not just money, it's everything they've worked for, everything they've created with love and care. It's not just a job, it's their life, their traditions, their heritage, which is passed down from generation to generation as a sacred gift. And now, when all this is under threat, their hearts are filled with despair and fear. There is real, unbearable pain in their voices. They take away from them everything they fought for, everything they love. This is not just disappointment, it is a deep, tearing grief that penetrates into the very soul. This feeling of betrayal from those who should have been their protector, who should have supported them in difficult times, but instead left them alone with this unbearable pain.
Make no mistake, I will defend our decisions in the budget all day long. I will defend facing up to the harsh light of fiscal reality. I will defend the tough decisions that were necessary to stabilise our economy. And I will defend protecting the payslips of working people.
What happens if these farmers decide to go on strike? If they stop working, the consequences will affect each of us. Food shortages will start in supermarkets, prices will soar, and we will see panic purchases. We all know how quickly such a situation can get out of control. The bottom line is that the UK depends on these farmers much more than many of us realize. They don't just produce food, they are the backbone of the whole system. If this system collapses, not only farmers will suffer, but also everyone else. Elon Musk reiterated his support for farmers in Wales who are protesting and stressed that we must leave them alone.
Enjoying this country. Well, let's talk about this with one of the people planning to join that demonstration tomorrow, and that is Karen sheep farmer Gareth Wynne-Jones. Good morning to you, Gareth.
Bore da, how are you?
Oh, lovely to talk to you, sir. Now, tell us, why are you attending this protest?
Well, to air our frustrations to government. Just hopefully they can listen. So we were in Llandudno on Saturday in the Welsh Labour conference. Quite a few hundred farmers turned up with their tractors, their lorries and pickups, hopefully to have a chat with Mr. Starmer, but yeah, he ran out the back.
Let's look at Elon Musk's business proposal. It was not just an opportunity, but a real chance to bring innovation and investment to the UK, which was ruthlessly rejected. Why? The same question can be asked about farmers. Why ignore their requests when they offer real solutions rather than just expressing dissatisfaction? Starmer's resistance looks not only stubborn, it seems destructive and dangerous. Cooperation is not a sign of weakness, it is a vital path to progress. His every decision to block, delay or reject is perceived as a new crack in the foundation of trust, which is already fragile. Frustration is not limited to farmers. There is a growing uneasy feeling around the world that such resistance to outside help is holding back the country's development, and this is deeply worrying. Nowadays, true leadership is about solving problems, not creating new ones. If anyone thought that the protests were just a one-time occurrence, they are deeply mistaken. This is just the beginning. The farmers have made it clear that they will not stop until their voices are heard. Strikes have already begun, and further steps are being discussed behind closed doors, including lockdowns, mass demonstrations, and even coordinated efforts to disrupt supply chains. Get ready, because this movement is just getting hotter, and its consequences can be enormous. What do you think about this video? Share your thoughts in the comments. See you.